Teba, tell this man what it means to die for Chemosh.
To die for Chemosh is to live forever.
I will make a crown that will sparkle in the sun. It will glow with precious stones. It will be happy as a bride.
You disapprove of sacrifice?
Of human sacrifice.
Take Teba outside and wait for me. I've never heard sentiments like yours before. How do you come by them?
Through belief in a merciful God.
And where is this God? Show him to me.
He is invisible.
That makes it convenient for carrying him with you, does it not? Make the crown as I wish it. Deal with this person in the matter. Have him bring the crown to you. And remember my wishes. It must be radiant.
You will bring the crown to me in the sacrarium of the temple.
Yes, my lady.
Do you know where it is?
Yes, my lady.
Above all, remember the wish of a beneficence, that the crown be radiant, not gross and earthbound.
O Chemosh, thou art the force of light.
To our enemies, give evil, plague, famine, and misery.
To our enemies, give evil, plague, famine, and misery.
To our king, grant health, strength, and enduring years of life.
To our king, grant health, strength,
And enduring years of life.
The artisan is here.
Admit him. We shall go on with this later. Fine. Very fine. That too. Show me the rest. Do you disapprove of disciplining slaves, as you do of sacrificing to the gods? Are you going to answer me?
My answer would offend you.
No more than you have already done. It is not wise to be lax with servants. It only encourages disobedience. One must be strong with them. You disagree?
I never confuse gentleness with weakness, my lady.
Is this more of the teachings of your invisible God?
Not exactly, although his laws forbid the striking of slaves. An abused slave can even sue his master for freedom.
Sue his master! This God of yours, has he a name?
He is known by many names. Elohim, Adonai, Jehovah. It matters not so long as one knows he exists. And I do.
If he's invisible, how do you know he exists?
Is it his invisibility that amuses you?
Among other things.
May I ask a question in all deference?
You may.
Suppose you wish to pray, but you're not near an image of Chemosh.
Then I go to him.
Well, suppose a soldier of Moab is wounded on a field of battle and cannot get to an image of Chemosh to pray for his life.
Then he thinks of Chemosh.
But the Chemosh he's thinking of is invisible at the time he thinks of him. In my work, gracious lady, I have sometimes repaired your God. Isn't it hard to believe that a God who cracks and crumbles and can be repaired by a mere artisan like myself can be the same God who makes the birds sing and the sun rise and set? How can a God whose own head gets broken mend the broken heads of his soldiers?
Tell me more about your Jehovah of the many names.
You you have but to send for me any evening. Perhaps we can talk in the gardens, alone.
You will grow old waiting. Lest you have the wrong notion, I must make clear why I sent for you.
That is not necessary, my lady. That you did is enough. And it pleases me very much.
There's no reason for you to be pleased, since it is not about you that I've been thinking, but your ridiculous god.
That was all I inferred.
Well, tell me more about him. Since you say your god is everywhere, perchance I am stepping on him right now.
Indirectly, yes, the earth being one of his creations.
The earth? Then you may as well claim that he made the moon too.
It is told that he made two great lights in the heavens, the greater to rule the day and the lesser to rule the night.
And all other luminous objects in the sky, I suppose.
Yes. And one closer by.
Why do you look at me like that?
Because you're so beautiful, so very beautiful. Don't you know that you are?
I have never thought about it.
No one has ever told you, no man has ever looked at you as I do.
If he has, I have not seen it.
You were not watching for it. Isn't it pleasant, even for a priestess, to be told that she is beautiful, especially when it's true?
Is beauty so important?
The beauty that's within, as I know it is with you.
How do you know?
I'm older than you, and the years teach.
Your teachings are strange to me. I will hear no more of them.
Don't be afraid of what I'm saying.
But I am afraid.
This will stand to exalt your greatness for all time, my king. Would it please your magnificence to see the entire figure? Order them to turn the platform.
You, 10 of you men, over here. Put your backs to it. Turn it around.
I've seen enough. Have you enjoyed the journey?
Yes, my king.
What is your name?
Ruth.
When do you complete your purification?
In the spring, sire.
It will please me to welcome you to the royal household.
Thank you, sire. And as the prisoners were turning the platform, it began to give way. The statue of Chemosh started to tip. My heart stopped for a moment. I thought the king would be crushed. But luckily the platform held.
And only prisoners were crushed?
Yes, 3 of them, squashed like insects.
It must have been exciting.
Oh, yes, it was. Aren't you pleased to hear of my experience?
Fascinated.
But I haven't told you the best. His Magnificence the King actually spoke to me. He asked my name and how long before my purification would be complete. When I told him, he smiled and said he would be pleased to welcome me to his royal household.
All in all, a memorable journey for you.
You disapprove. I wish I'd never let you come.
Why? Why, Ruth?
Because you disturb and confuse me. I've been raised to serve Chemosh. He is my God, my only God, and he's been good to me.
How has he been good? No, I'm not challenging you. You mean he's given you comfort and position?
More than that, much
Well,
more.
tell me.
For one thing, when I was a child, I was chosen to be sacrificed. Suddenly, a blemish appeared on my arm, so they did not take me. But no sooner did another child replace me than the blemish faded. Chemosh had spared me.
Perhaps it was a higher god than Chemosh who spared you. Besides, I thought being chosen for sacrifice was a coveted honor, yet you speak of being spared from it.
You've confused me, so I can't think.
I would rather give up the most important thing in my life, the joy of seeing you, than bring you distress. Shall I not come again, Ruth?
No. But please, Malone, no more talk about your people across the Jordan who are forbidden to punish slaves, who cannot beat the animals or even harm a bird's nest. Please, Malone, tell me no more about your strange God with so many names and no face. Malone, this is all wrong. I was at peace until I met you.
Now, my child.
Oh, Chemosh, start the force of light to our enemies. Give evil, plague, famine, and misery to our king. Grant health, joy, long and enduring years of life.
Eat. Eat.
I can't.
He's worried about what they'll do to Ruth.
Is he? I'm worried about what they'll do to us. I've got to go to her. Malone, come back. I told you time and again.
Be easy with him, Elimelech. Have you never known folly?
Mother. Take it!
Don't speak. The Lady Ruth is here to help you escape. Follow me.
You are a Moabitess?
Yes,
What are you doing in Judah?
I am the widow of a Judean.
You think that makes you one of us? There is a law here that we shall treat strangers as we do ourselves, even Moabites. It is not my favorite law, but I obey it.
Do you obey all your laws so grudgingly?
Our hospitality is not without limits. Just make sure you worship none of your hot-bellied idols here. We are very short with idolaters.
Is that Boaz riding up?
Yes.
Think of the honor, Hophim. As though the Holy Ark itself were coming to my door.
Let old wounds be.
Peace be with you.
Peace to you. Have you come to give me back the field that rightfully belongs to me, and the water with it?
No, Joe. And I haven't come to hear you complain of it either.
Then what do you want?
Do you remember our kinswoman, Naomi?
Quite well. Who could forget her? And our beloved Elimelech.
Elimelech is dead, he and his sons. Naomi has come back with a Moabite daughter-in-law, and they need help.
Then help them.
They won't accept it from me. I had some hard words with the Moabites, and you are closer kin than I.
I may be close akin, but I'm no less a Judean than you. Just because you go out with your border guard is no reason for me to sanction any Moabite you let into our land. I don't like Moabites any more than you.
But we can't let them glean or beg or go hungry.
I can.
But they're our kinsfolk, Toad. If you won't help them, then let me do it through you. You owe Naomi that much.
I owe her nothing.
She has suffered much.
Don't waste my time on pity for Naomi. And as for the Moabites, you can tell her for me
You
that...
can tell her yourself she's gleaning in your field now.
I will.
The law protects gleaners, remember.
Law or no law. Where is the Moabitess?
Water is scarce. We have none for idolaters.
Why don't you ask your stone god for water?
She's an idolatress. Curse her, Ben-Adab. Call the vengeance of God down on her.
Idols. God has said you shall make no idols, nor set any image of stone in your land. If you despise his statutes and abhor his judgments, you shall lose your children. Your cattle shall be destroyed.
Guilt is written across her face. She can say nothing.
Where are your idols?
Take your stone idols and leave our land before God strikes you dead.
You are a hateful woman. You are not worthy to speak God's name.
Leave her alone. Get along. Don't stare. You got your water, then leave. Don't ever trust this to a woman, Ben-Adab.
Confess thy iniquity. Fear the Lord, for he will send his pestilence among you, and destroy your idols, and cast you into...
Yes, old man, I know.
God's blessings on thee. And you too. Peace be with you.
Poor old madman.
Thank you, Boaz. Thank you for your kindness. Come.
Since I bring nothing with me this time, perhaps you'll not turn me away.
We turn nobody away who comes in peace. Come, break bread with us.
Thank you, I've eaten.
Then sit and join us.
I've been thinking about what happened at the well.
Why? What happened?
Well, nothing really. We simply met there by chance, and I asked if I could come by.
I should have mentioned it was Boaz who caught the runaway. The donkey.
Yes. Well, don't make me a hero. The beast came running at me, and...
Oh. And so in gratitude, you invited our kinsman to visit us. Well, I'm pleased. Perhaps you'll have some wine with us, Boaz. Excuse me. I didn't tell her because it would only have worried her.
What did Malone tell you about us Judeans?
Enough to bring me here.
Did he explain our hatred of Moab?
No. There was no malice in his heart. He hated nothing except cruelty.
Well, there has been a long, hard history between our countries. Wars, loathing of each other's gods. Some of us lost parents and brothers to Moab. Others lost children, as you saw on your way to Bethlehem. Does it surprise you that that's in our blood to fear and hate Moabites?
And you are content with that?
I was.
Was?
I used to think that hate belonged in our blood.
And now?
Now I'm not so certain.
But others are, though.
Only a few. Those who forgot the teachings of our fathers. And those who were as bitter as I was.
Like the women at the well.
Yes, and that's why I've come here. You must leave Judah, Ruth. At least for a while. Go north to one of our other tribes, where people are not molested by Moabites, not inflamed and ready to cast blame on a scapegoat. Go, Ruth. I will see you and Naomi safely there.
No. Naomi's home is here. If she and I are strangers in Judah, we should be even more alien elsewhere. Besides, would another tribe be any quicker than your people to believe why I left Moab and came to this side of the Jordan?
Why did you come here, Ruth? Because you love Naomi? And?
And because I saw a new light in her beliefs, in her God.
Ruth, I've never seen the people so aroused. You must not go to the marketplace or even to the well alone.
If I'm to stay here, I must go everywhere alone and unafraid. Or they'll think I'm all they suspect of me.
After a while, perhaps, but not now. Please let me help. It is not the first time I've offered to help. You accepted only from Tob.
He never threatened.
Nor shall I ever again.
What made you change?
A number of things. Mostly you. Seeing myself through your eyes. I think I needed that.
Thank you.
I suppose it would be unseemly of me to compete with Tob in ephahs of barley and casks of oil. But I have the right to ask one thing of you. Promise me that if you and Naomi ever need help of any kind, you will come to me.
Thank you again.
Don't thank me. Promise.
I promise.
You will be angry at me. But after all the trouble you've taken, I must go back to my fields.
You cannot have one cup with this boy.
I'm late now.
One of Tob's honey cakes, perhaps?
Oh, now I must go. Peace, Naomi. Peace be with you, Ruth.
That is the Boaz I remembered.
Oh, Mother, he's so different from the way he was before.
I would be honored if tomorrow you'd come and have a cup of wine with me.
With pleasure. I'll ask Ruth.
No, not Ruth. I'd like to talk with you alone.
How do you know Ruth loves you?
How do you know she doesn't? Is she interested in someone else?
I cannot speak for her.
But you are trying to. See here, Naomi. Haven't I courted her? Haven't I repaired your farm? I've sent her spices, ointments, food, clothes. She's accepted them all.
I don't believe Ruth measures love by the ability to help or provide. If she did, she'd have very little use for me.
Didn't I defend her when the rabble...
You were eloquent. We know that, and we thank you for it.
Is she fond of another man?
Who? I was dreaming of you. And you are here. I wanted so much to explain.
There's no need. I've always understood.
I love you, Ruth. I've loved you from the day we met in my field.
It must have been God's goodness that brought me to your field that day. Perhaps he's been directing me to you all my life.
Ruth, I want you for my wife.
But the Leverett law. Torb is next of kin. He's going to claim his right to me before the elders in the morning.
I will get him to renounce his right.
But what if he refuses?
Never. He will yield. I will make it worth his while. Have no fear. If I know Tobe, he will come to terms. He likes property. It will be light soon. Go now, my Rose. No one must see us together before this is settled. There must be no more suspicion to hurt you.
I love you.
I have failed. Tobe will not renounce his claim. I offered him everything I own. Even now, he's announcing your marriage before the elders.
No. No, it cannot be.
It is. It's the law.
The law. All I've heard since I came here is the law.
On the night of the harvest celebration, I sought out Boaz on the threshing floor.
As you say, woman of Moab. I have always upheld the law, and because I intend to keep on doing so, I will permit no wanton to come into my house and bear my name.
Then give up your claim to her.
According to the custom of our fathers, take off your shoe and give it to me as a sign of renouncement.
As next of kin, I will marry her.
Ruth of Moab, widow of Malone, swear with me that nothing passed between us on that night or any other time except spoken vows of love.
By the holy commandments, I swear it.
We are without blemish in this matter. Jehovah is witness to this, our oath between us and between him forever.
You have sworn a holy oath, sworn that your word is truth, and bound your souls with the bond. Go in peace, my children. Go with God's blessings as man and wife.